Her and I have always talked about traveling a lot. We just really got into the idea of buying a van. We were pretty dead set on a truck camper for a while, but we're having difficulty finding the truck and the camper. So when this RV came up in Arizona, at that time we'd been looking probably about 6 months, and I was searching all over the West Coast from Oregon to Arizona.
You were on the phone to me and I was working, and he was like, I'm driving an RV back, and I was like, I know, I can't believe we bought this.
That's one of those moments of what are we doing right now? Hey guys, my name's Tyler. This is our 1993 Fleetwood Jamboree Searcher. It is short. It is 18 feet long and has a rack on the back that makes it about 20 feet. So it's still pretty easy to maneuver while driving, and is pretty easy to park as well.
Hi everyone, I'm Nina and welcome to Trudy, our RV. When we got her, she was almost completely like brown on the interior. All the cupboards, the walls were all that kind of like fake wood that's really 80s 90s. So that was the first thing we did. We took off all the cabinets and painted them. Tyler really wanted the black trim, which is kind of nice, goes with the theme a little bit. The dinette was like a pink table that we've just covered with peel and stick, which has worked really well. This comes out so we get a little bit of extension when we're cooking. We can have a little bit more space. And then this also collapses and goes underneath, and the cushions pull out, and that's sort of a daybed that we use pretty often. I'd say we have it more as like a sort of like sofa couch area more than we have it as a table. Behind the table is really useful as well. We have storage that kind of pulls out. We keep like yoga mats and chairs in there, and you like never see them, which is nice. And then underneath we have like our water tank and a water heater, which is really effective actually. We can turn on the water heater and have hot showers within like 5 minutes, which is good. We have a 4-burner stove, which is so useful. Like we saw a lot that had 2 or 3, but having the 4th one is really nice. We sometimes use that for heat as well. When it's been cold, we'll like turn them on in the morning, get everything going. We don't actually use the oven that much. I think I've made flapjacks once and had to pull everything out because we also use that for storage, like potatoes and cereal. Not as useful having an oven as we thought it might be. We have a microwave in here as well, which I think I've used once. We can only use it when we're hooked up to shore power. But yeah, I think we're going to remove that, and that will be like another pantry area. So in this cupboard we have our pantry. We keep oils, salts, pepper, spices, all of those tins kind of things. And it's deep as well, which is really nice. We had an old like silver faucet here. We had like those crystal 80s disgusting things. So we bought a new tap, which really changed the look of this area, which was nice. In these drawers we have our utensils, all our cooking things, and to open them you have to lift them up and then pull them out, which is really good. Only occasionally do they fly open when we're really flying around corners. In here we have all of our pots and pans. We only have 3 pans and 1 big pot and a kettle, and we find that that's all we really need. This came with the RV, and it's probably one of the most useful things we have actually. You can just press it and it will tell you how much you have in both holding tanks, the grey water and the black water. It will tell us how much liquid propane we have. And it also has all the things for the light heater, the hood extraction, and the water heater, which is good. So we have a pretty big fridge in here, which is really nice. It's super old on the inside. We haven't actually changed anything yet, and it smells like crayons, but it holds everything, and it has like a good lock that when we are underway, it doesn't fly open. And it also has like a fridge freezer drawer, which is really useful as well for ice. On top here we have all our like bowls, pans, Tupperware, everything like that, and we keep cardboard in between to stop it sort of shaking too much when we're going. In this one we have our motorcycle helmets, which are really big, and it's so useful that this cupboard goes all the way around so you can like tuck things into the corner. In here is Tyler's clothes. You can see it's pretty small, but it does go around into the corner, so you can like put things around there. You get a little bit more space. This is just contact paper that is chalkboard, so we'll like write where we are on it, or like cute little messages. This is where I keep my clothes. It's really useful to have little boxes in there so you can like pull it out, because it's kind of hard to get stuff in and out of there. In this corner one is where I keep my toiletries, and we have a drone that sits in the back there. And this one, we have like an extra blanket. If we have this as the daybed, we'll use that blanket. We have laptops. That's like a general kind of drawer. This is the only hanging space we have in the RV. We keep our motorcycle jackets in there, so we can only get 2 or 3, but it's pretty narrow in there. We also keep our like hiking boots and stuff. And then below, we have more shoes. We want to put like a shelf in so we can get even more in, because we're not really utilizing that space, but we'll get around to that. So this is our bathroom, which we weren't really looking for a bathroom when we started searching. We sort of said we could go without, but now we have it. It's really nice. It was super yellow in here. It was all like pink plastic and yellow. Everything was yellow, which was really nice to get rid of that. The tile is just peel and stick, which has worked really well. We've had a couple of showers in here and it seems to be holding up fine. With the sink and the toilet, we prepped that down and sanded it, and we used a tile like paint, like a porcelain fake paint, which works really well. It's super durable. We also have a shower curtain that goes around just to protect the bathroom and our toilet paper, and also the door, make sure that like no water comes out. So this is the bed area. We have I think it's just under a queen size bed, which is really nice. We replaced the bottom of the bed because it was I think it was like fake plywood, and it was super sort of like sagging. So we replaced that with just some particle board. We also have a ladder that we just leave on the bed that clips in here, that we always put the ladder up normally.
So this is what we call our second garage. This is where we store propane, our tarps. We have hoses for our water, extra sealant just in case we need to do any repairs on the road. And then down below here is our propane tank. We can actually hook up to an external tank if we wanted extra or ran out, and that supplies the whole propane for the RV. We have a couple plugs outside when we're hooked up to shore power. This is where we fill our water tanks. So one of the things that Nina and I really wanted when we were going to take off was to be able to have a secondary means of transportation, particularly a motorcycle. Her and I, when we met in Asia, traveled a lot around on scooters, and it's been a thing that we just love to do when she comes out to California, is take the motorcycle out. I had always looked at Kawasaki KLRs and loved them, but had never owned one. We can actually have the bike up on here loaded and even stand on it. I can like climb up the ladder and it still supports it. The frame is welded in 2 spots down along the frame, so it supports the weight fine. So this is our garage, or what Nina likes to call my garage. This is where I store everything from RV levels, spare wood, blocks, a lot of spare parts. One of the big things that I wanted to have for some confidence on the road, since it is an older vehicle, is a lot of spare parts. So we travel with clamps, zip ties, a spare water pump. I even have a code reader that will tell us if a check engine light comes on, what's wrong with it. I have a multimeter, and this thing's pretty deep. I even have like 50 feet of fuel line down here. We have a spare battery jumper, and we have an air compressor. Just all the goodies to make you feel a little more confident while we're on the road traveling.
We've settled in. We're pretty good at traveling around and living in different spaces and stuff like that. So once we kind of got our groove, we were good with it.
Yeah.
It's grown on us quite a bit. I love national parks and exploring America. I think it's like overrated to go travel Europe and stuff like that. So it was kind of nice to explore here, where it's not even that far from home and on our own.
I feel like we'll like do more as well. Like I think this is the first tiny home, and then the next one will probably be a boat, and we'll do probably the Mediterranean or sail around. But yeah.
In an ideal world, we'd have a couple tiny homes where they are and just switch back and forth and rent them out or not in them and live the life that way. That's big plans talk kind of thing, but would be ideal kind of thing. You can follow us at our Tiny Adventure, and that's TYNI, like Tyler and Nina.
On Instagram.
On Instagram, r_tiny_adventure. thanks for hanging out with us today and getting a peek at our little home.
Hope you enjoyed it.